I am involved with the Korean program because I can learn how to speak Korean and have the chance to go someday. My favorite moment from the class is when we play games and go to Korean websites. My dream is to learn more about Korea.
In 1959, Hurley's newsletter reported that one of the big accomplishments was the establishment of foreign languages. Students were taking French and Spanish. 60 years later, our students continue taking world language classes. Now they can take Korean, Mandarin, or Spanish. By learning another language, our students increase their perspective of the world. In the 21st century, the global economy requires that students understand other languages and cultures.
I like how this class has been able to expand students' horizons and learn more about Korea. In this class, I have learned a lot and made me ready to go to South Korea. This Korean language program has made me want to explore other cultures as well, rather than my own. I also like to thank the school for teaching kids and making them expand their horizons in other cultures rather than their own.
Korean language includes reading and writing Hangul and speaking daily dialogues. Korean culture includes national holidays, food, music, dancing, and art like brush painting or paper food. We believe students can learn Korean through its culture and vice versa. Entertainment has been a great entryway for the students to experience Korean culture and language. Often I am surprised by the progress my students have made. They know how to read and write some Korean words now. They can read the song lyrics and sing it in Korean. It is a great pleasure to see my students greet me in Korean, show respect with a traditional bow, and grow confident in themselves.
I am involved with the Korean language program because it helps knowing more than one language. Especially when you're older, you can get a great job knowing more than one language. My favorite moment in Korean class is when my teacher, Miss Kim, pulls out her flashcards that have Korean characters on them. I know what I need to work on and what characters I need to try to remember more. It helps me improve on what I need to learn.
I participated in the Korean language program because of their wonderful culture and how their food looks and how they share traditions. We do a little race against teams and we have to try to figure out the characters that we know. My dream is to go to Korea and see their wonderful culture and how they like to celebrate different types of things.
I think what this enables our students to do is to actually retrospectively look into their own culture, because they end up getting inspired by observing other cultures that are not their own. And then what I see a lot of times when I come back and we bring these delegations back, that they're interested. They want to know their ancestry. They talk to us overseas when we're out there, comparing and contrasting what other cultures are to theirs. And that's really powerful because we have a lot of students that don't leave the area, that don't go and venture off into Chicago, into the city, which is very close by. But a lot of times, whether if it's financial needs or if it's other situations at home that don't allow them to do that, I think our students really get inspired by what they see overseas, and it makes them want to learn more.
When I was first introduced to South Korean culture when I was in 4th grade, ever since then, I've been intrigued into their culture. I got a chance to go to South Korea when I was in 6th grade, and in 7th grade I went and that experience changed my life. I learned about their culture, everything from their language to how they are in school life. I learned firsthand how it was for students to be able to be inspired like I was in order for them to open the world to become a global citizen.
I am very proud of all of my students that I have taught since 2016, in which I have been able to expose them to the Korean culture. They are just as passionate as I am about learning about Korea. I started to learn about Korea in 2013. I never thought I would be learning about Asian country in this manner. I love their music, all the types from K-pop to trot.
Our goal is to have our students to become citizens of the world. By learning other languages, our students can develop respect and openness to those whose cultures, religion, and views of the world may be different. It is great to have the support of the Korean community from the Korean Consulate General in Chicago and the Korean Education Center. My students are learning to appreciate different cultures. They are learning to appreciate each other. 감사합니다.